Hello everyone, my name is Pooja Mure. I work as a lab assistant at Hanlon Financial Systems Center. Today I have with me Mr. Liang. He graduated from Stevens. He did his master's in financial engineering, and he's currently working as equity derivatives trader at JP Morgan. And he's also one of the first assistants at Hanlon Financial Systems Center. We'll be talking to him today. Thank you, Kai, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
So first question I have for you is, can you share your experience, how it was working at Hanlon Lab?
Yeah, it's quite, to be honest, it's kind of my first job in my whole life. You call it a real job, even though it's a school job. So when we came in there, it's empty floor, to be honest. We work with the professor floor school, with Dragus. We bring all the gear from all the way to the main campus.
Okay.
We build up the machines, set up the monitors, we build up the network and the server, everything. I was just quite a very interesting experience. Basically, we build everything from scratch. We're facing lots of problems and solve problems on the way there. It just worked very smoothly. Not very smoothly, but very like a team. It's quite enjoyable and impressive to myself.
Okay, that's great. So what were some of your key takeaways from your experience at Hanlon?
One thing is like you cannot plan everything ahead. I think it's also a kind of one thing I learned in the life in American is, especially in American corporate, when we have an idea, we have to start to do it. Like we just move along, and we will definitely kick some walls. We will definitely facing lots of problems. Then we solve the problems. We just know there's no perfect plan. There's no perfect budget. You can sit in here, okay, we plan everything ahead, and just execute. It doesn't exist. So, like this, it's giving me more confidence to myself. It's like we do something completely new, but we know we'll make it. Not an easy way, but we'll make it somehow.
Okay, that's great to know. So you did your bachelor's in electrical engineering.
Yes.
And then you did your master's at Stevens in finance domain. So how was the transition to finance sector from this field? What were the challenges that you faced?
Actually, like think about electronic engineering or financial engineering. If we look at them two major, maybe quite different, but if we look at the fundamental knowledge required for those two majors are math and programming.
Okay.
So in somehow these two majors are actually pretty in deep connected. And the reason why I choose financial engineering is I'm interested in finance in general. And when I'm looking for graduate major back that time, like, okay, if there is some major can combine my interest and my skills, that'd be perfect. Then I find out, okay, financial engineering, which is like relatively new major back that time, but it turned out I like it.
Okay. Yeah. So say someone, if they're considering they're not from the financial background, but they are also considering a transition like you did to finance domain. So what would be an advice or some tips that you would like to give to them?
As I say, for example, if we think of financial engineering as an industry, all those quants, this specific role, it doesn't exist like probably 20 years ago. And all those mathematicians and physicians, they came from the school, kind of create these majors. So even, for example, on our trading floor, we have lots of quants. Their background is math PhD, physics PhD, even chemical PhD. So it's more like for financial knowledge-wise, it's easy to pick up. And what we can prepare ourselves is a solid math fundamentals. If we're interested, since we are engineering school, if we have a solid programming skills, that can carry everyone to be a longer way. Yeah.
Okay. So the next question I have for you is that you completed your master's from Stevens in financial engineering in 2013.
Yeah.
So what was your experience studying at Stevens?
That's good.
Okay.
Like, because the reason why I chose Stevens to begin with is like, okay, if in the future I want to do finance related, I want it to be a place close to financial center, which is New
That
York,
makes sense.
and we have Stevens. Stevens has the best location.
That's true.
And also during the time, we have a good amount of good teachers as well, prepared for law school for sure. And we had Tom back that time. We have Dragos. We have Professor Rupak Chatterjee.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a solid faculty team can provide us enough knowledge, like more fundamental knowledge, to be able us to prepare for the job interview, we'll say, in the future.
That's great to know.
Yeah.
So if someone is considering going to Stevens for their graduation in finance domain, so what is some advice or some suggestion that you would like to give to them?
It's more like once we get Stevens, you have, I would say, like a ticket, a half step into the industry.
Okay.
Because we're so close.
Yes.
We have a close in location-wise, physically, and we're close on the software side. For example, we have a connection, we have alumni, we have all the faculties who came from industry with many year experience.
Yes.
So we are very close to the financial industry here, and what we need just, keep looking and prepare ourselves with a solid knowledge, then leverage ourselves using all the resources we have from the school.
That's a great advice. And yeah, we do have advantage location-wise when it comes to that. Okay. So the next question I have for you is, can you please tell us how your studies at Stevens have helped you to get your first job and then throughout your career?
Yeah. I would say, because when we were at school, we learn a more general topic. Put up and say, like, for example, 601 or 533. I can't remember the course code, but it's just it's broad. It's comprehensive. As I say, it's not like prepare us for any specific role itself. Is to have a better general understanding of the financial industry or the financial field. Yes. For example, whether in school, we know in financial world we have like investment banking, we have a commercial banks, we have sales and trading, and all different kind of divisions will focus on different skills and looking for different candidates.
Yes.
And and also I'm pretty sure 95% when we graduate from school is now we pick the job, is the job pick us.
Okay.
So I of course take the job whoever gave me the first offer and start from there, and but I would say is if I was always feel jealous for some people, like when they graduate from school right away, they can find a perfect team or perfect direction or perfect job, and start grow from there. That would be the most ideal, like a perfect scenario, but it doesn't happen all the time.
That's true.
But the thing is, once we get into the industry, you are inside the company, then you can keep looking to understand better for different job functionalities, what they're actually doing. So even in sales trading side, we have equity, fixed income, commodity, credits. And even in equity, there are the derivative, cash, M&A, and finance, like margin loan. What I'm trying to say is like the financial system have developed so many years and very, very detail oriented for different small majors, and one person has to be step inside to have a better understanding of the different sectors, then maybe combine your own strengths or habits or interests. It can be the right path.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, since we are in school, the only thing or the best thing we can do is grab as much as knowledge as possible, have a build a like solid fundamental,
Yes.
which can be easily convert to different like directions, if anything.
Okay, that is insightful. You know, once you are working, you could say you're better equipped to sort of make that switch, or wherever you want to go, it's easier for you. But school prepares you with that; it gives you that basic foundation that helps you get into the industry.
Yeah,
that's great to know. And the last question I have for you: so when it comes to future, and with respect to your career, what do you envision in near future?
I like my team. I enjoy working in GP, my current position. But as I say, in this field, everything is changing because the market is changing, regulations are changing, technology is changing. It's all this changing is happening. It's not happening overnight. It's happening gradually, and as a trader, what we need is actually keep absorbing news, new knowledges, new market colors, to keep up with it. My personal goal has to be better understanding the market. No matter how smart a person is, market is always right. Even though the number looks ridiculous, it looks completely wrong, doesn't make sense mathematically, but market is always right.
Okay.
And all our model is try to make us less wrong. The person, if we have a whole bunch of people have a different models, the one has less error probably will beat everyone else.
Okay.
So.
All right, Kai. It was great talking to you today. You gave us some very useful information, and I want to thank you for that.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.